Welcome, welcome everybody. Hello, hello. We've just got people arriving, so welcome, welcome. As always, everybody is on mute. It just helps with the sound, but we have the chat box at the bottom bar in the center. So if you have any issues, if you can't hear me, then just let me know. You can use the chat box. Let me just see, I need to pin my video, don't I? Let's do that first. It's lovely to see you all. Jenny, I can see you're here. Hello, my lovely. It's lovely to see you again. Nat, I can see you're here. Belladonna. Moira, I can see you're here, my lovely. It's lovely to see you. Happy New Year to you all. Happy 2022. Good evening. Kim says she's got low bandwidth, so the video will keep dropping in and out. No problem. If you disappear, I'll know that's what it is. So we just have a minute or two, so we'll just give everyone a chance to arrive. As always, gather anything that you might want just to help support your practice. So if that's a cup of tea, if you want to light a candle or play some gentle music in the background, feel free to do so. If you have just a cushion or two, maybe just have a few nearby. We are going to use the cushions for at least one pose this evening. So just anything will do, a cushion, a rolled up blanket, a pillow. It'll just be useful to have one nearby, and then you won't have to worry about grabbing one later on. As always, half-hour practice, gentle and easeful. And as per usual, I'm drawing a routine from the book, Yoga for Witches. And I thought because it was full moon tonight, and I don't know about you guys, but on full moon nights, I tend to have trouble sleeping. So I thought we would do the routine for sleep, which will help us hopefully feel restful on this full moon day or full moon night, depending on what time it is. I know there's people joining from all over, so it might be evening time for you, or it might be middle of the day, but hopefully a little easeful rest is always useful. Oh, my lovelies, I see you. Just letting the last people in through the waiting room. Okay, my darling ones. Oh, there's Caitlin. I'll just let her in. So we're going to start just in an easy seat. Now, you might want to sit on cushions or blankets for your easy seat. You can bring in anything you like underneath the hips and the sit bones, just to feel restful and comfortable. It'll be a slow and easeful practice, so if at any point you feel chilly, it's been particularly frosty here in England, so if you feel chilly, do gather. I've got my coziest jumper on with my little kind of finger gloves on, so any cozy jumpers, any cozy blankets you want to gather in, do grab them if you need them. So in our easy seat, our sit bones are settled into the earth. We're thinking about gently lifting, gently rising through the spine, as if somebody you love was just gently pulling you by a little thread through the top of the head. And if you feel you want to, feel free to just take a few rolls of the shoulders, especially if we've been sat at a desk today or we're feeling tension gathering up in the shoulders. We'll take a little roll in any way that we like, just to ease and release. And even just that symbolic nature of just rolling the stress away, just letting it fall away from the shoulders. Beautiful. And when you feel settled, you can just let the shoulders hang easeful. Rest the hands wherever you wish. And if it's comfortable for you, we'll close the eyes. We'll take a few moments just to arrive here in our practice, to leave any busy thoughts, any to-do lists of a busy day. We'll just leave them at the side of the room if we can. As we seek to settle here, we settle the body, as we find a sense of restfulness in the pose. Settle the breath into easeful rhythm. And as best we can, we'll seek to settle the mind by just letting those busy thoughts drift away. The simple postures we'll work through today are intended to help us find a little restfulness that might help us sleep or just find ease in our day. And as always, as we settle into body, breath, and mind, we carry with us a little mindfulness, a little compassion for our body. There is no competition, there's no comparison, there is no pressure to perform. This is just our time to be and to breathe. So if the eyes are closed, we'll gently open them here. And just to start, we're just going to interlink the fingers. We're going to shine the palms out and we're just going to reach up to the sky. Beautiful. And just have a little stretch skywards. Lovely. And then we'll just release the hands and let them come down. Beautiful. We're going to start with a forward fold. So I'll just show you from the side. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Sit bones are rooted in the earth. We are nice and tall through the spine. Imagine again that idea of sort of lifting through the top of the head. And then from here, we're just going to hinge from our hips and we can slide the hands along the legs. And you can take hold of whatever you like. So you might want to take hold of the toes or the ankles or just let the hands fall to the earth. And we'll let the head hang heavy. Give yourself time to settle here. If you feel more comfortable with a soft knee, then you can bring your cushions or your blankets underneath the knees just to bring a little softness here. That can help you settle and relax. We let the head hang heavy, and if you feel like you want to take a little wiggle or shimmy, feel free to move to help you settle into the pose. This is Paschimottanasana, which means, among other things, the pose of the West, as in the place where the sun sets. So as we allow our head to fall towards the legs, it's like the sun falling towards the horizon. As we find a calming and a settling in this place. We'll take just a few more breaths. And when you're ready, we'll just gently rise back to upright. Beautiful. So from here, once again, we're going to interlink the fingers behind the back this time. We're not flipping the palms. We'll just extend the arms behind us. So we're getting this lovely kind of open through the heart space. And we'll just take a breath or two. Lovely. We'll just release the hands so you can take a little shimmy shake if you like. Beautiful. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to come to the earth. So we're going to soften the knees and we're going to lay upon the ground. And we're just going to take a few breaths here in what we call the undoing pose. So we're soft in the hips, soft in the knees, and then hips and shoulders are just settled into the earth, restful, easeful. It can be lovely just to allow the spine, the head, the hips to settle to the ground. Soft and settle. And then all we're going to do from here is we're just going to let both of our knees fall over to the right. So the knees are going to fall over to the right. If it's comfortable, the gaze, the face will turn over to the left. So we're creating a spiral twist through the body. So the knees go one way, the gaze goes the other, and the arms can go wherever you like. So you can have them wide, you can have them resting on the body, whatever feels comfortable and restful for you. And when you're ready, we're just going to journey to the other side. So we're just going to journey the knees to the left, the gaze to the right again, that easeful supine twist, but just giving ourselves a little time to settle and find the comfortable place for us. Really restful in our practice, taking our time to settle and breathe within each pose. And from here, we'll draw the knees and the gaze back up to the sky. And what we'll do from here is we're just going to hug the knees in for a moment. So we're just going to draw the knees in into a little tuck position and bring any little freestyle movement in here that you like. So if you feel like you want to sway or wiggle, if you want to wiggle the toes or flex the feet, you can bring in any movement that feels nice for you. So we just take a little wiggle, a little sway. Beautiful. So from here, let's just gently drop the soles of the feet back to the earth for a moment. We're going to move into waterfall pose, and this is the one where a cushion or a blanket will help support you. So what we'll do is we'll take our cushion or blanket or bolster, and we're just going to gently lift the hips off the ground and bring the cushion or the squishy underneath the hips, the bum, the low back. And take your time, have a little shifty around to find what feels supportive for you, especially around the low back area. So the hips are gently lifted off the ground with that support. So we've got a little lift in the hips, but we don't have to kind of work hard to keep that lift. And then from here, what we'll do is we'll gently roll the knees in. And then with the lifted hips, it'll just help us as we extend through the legs. We can let the hands fall to the earth. This is our waterfall pose. That gentle support of the cushion just helps lift the hips a little and help us kind of settle into this waterfall place. You might find that you prefer to have a softness in the knees. That's absolutely fine. Everyone's a little different with this pose, so don't worry if you've got a softness in the knees. And again, any freestyle movement here. So if you're enjoying having the weight off the feet and the feet are feeling tired, you might want to have a little wiggle of the toes or a circle of the feet. So any little movement you like, you're welcome to take, or maybe you just want to be completely still and just take some lovely breaths. Waterfall is a lovely name for this pose. I like that idea that any tension we've gathered over the feet and toes and legs is kind of flowing down and splashing into the earth, and we're letting it go. We'll just take a few more breaths here, a few more moments. But if you ever feel that you want to rest from a pose, you can always come out of a pose early, you can stay in it longer, whatever feels right for you. It's all part of the magic of yoga, is that invitation to really listen to what works for your body. Everybody's body is different. Beautiful. From here, we'll gently soften the knees as slowly as you like, and we'll gently release the soles of the feet to the floor. Again, take your time. You've got the hips slightly lifted, so the floor might not be quite where you expect it to be. Beautiful. From here, we'll again just gently lift the hips, this time to get rid of that cushion or blanket. We can bring the hips back down to the earth. Wonderful. So from here, we're just going to have a nice long stretch through the body. So we're going to send the legs along the ground. Once more, final time, we'll interlink the hands, and you can flip the palms if you like as we reach to the wall behind us. So we're creating this lovely long line through the body. Beautiful. We're just having a lovely long stretch for a moment. And then from here, I want you to envisage a starburst or a starfish as we send the arms and the legs wide. Imagine you're creating a beautiful star shape and just kind of creating as much space as you can, as if you're trying to reach every corner of the room. Beautiful, little shining stars under a full moon. And then when you feel ready, we're going to bring the arms back alongside the body. We'll bring the legs back together. And we're going to take a moment to prepare for our Savasana. So that's our relaxation and meditation time. So if you want to put on woolly socks or jumpers, please feel free to do so. I'll take a seat during the meditation just because it's easier for me to speak to you this way, but you guys will be laying down upon the ground if you wish. And you can be flat on the ground. You can soften the knees if you like. I've gone fuzzy on the camera, so it's a perfect time for you guys to be laying on the ground with your eyes closed. I look very fuzzy. Never mind, as long as you can hear me, that's the important thing. So we're finding our restful place to be. We're finding our warmth, our support. And we'll just take a moment to find our place to settle. I invite you to close the eyes. To bring the awareness to our breath moving in and out of the body. Feeling the body soften and settle into its place. And just perhaps from this place of restfulness in our mind's eye, we might envisage that beautiful full moon, the January full moon above us somewhere. Whether it's day or night for us right now, the full moon is still there somewhere. We might envisage that beautiful glowing light of the full moon, the first of this year. And as we envisage that light, we might imagine perhaps a little moonbeam shines and just kisses the very top of our head. We feel the light, maybe warmth, any gentle moon magic shining upon us. And from this point at the very top of our head that we might know as the crown chakra, the light of the moon now journeys down, shines through the head and the face, past the third eye chakra between the eyebrows, dropping down, softening the muscles of the face and the jaw, down to the throat chakra at the base of the neck, filling the head and the neck with light and warmth. And the light journeys down over shoulders, over the chest and the heart chakra, down through arms and elbows all the way to the tips of our fingers, down through the center of our body, the solar plexus chakra just above the belly button, and the sacral chakra just below, and all the way down to the very base of the spine where our body connects to the earth, our root chakra. And the light continues down through the legs and all the way to the very tips of our toes. our entire body filled with this gentle light. And perhaps we envisage that the whole body is so filled with light, so filled with that beautiful energy, so full that the light within begins to shine out from you, creating a beautiful aura of white lunar light. This shining light around us can be a shield, protecting us from the slings and arrows of life, protecting our energy. And as we breathe in this space of radiant light, a sense perhaps that every cell of the body is being charged, nourished with light. We'll take a quiet minute just to bask in this light. And just perhaps the next inhale is a little longer, a little deeper than the last. You might want to wiggle the fingers and toes, or take any little luxurious twist or stretch or wiggle as we move gently. Taking our time to arrive back into the room and into the day. If you are laying upon the earth, take your time, perhaps gently bend the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor, and you can roll to one side in that little yogi recovery pose if you like, just for a breath or two. And whenever you feel ready, we can gently rise to an easy seat. And we'll take our final minutes here in easy seat. We've come full circle. We've come back to the place we started, and we can just take a moment to sit within a little of that light, that space, that easefulness we've nurtured and nourished in our practice today. And hopefully we can carry a little of that light and love and easefulness out into whatever the rest of the day, whatever the rest of the week holds for us. And to finish our practice today, let's just take a nice deep inhale. We're going to sweep the arms high to the sky. We'll bring the palms together. We're going to exhale the hands to heart center in prayer. From here, we can gently open the eyes, and to ourselves and each other, we say Namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.